What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pace Studio here in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We are broadcasting to you live from the Manhattan Center, as always, and we are joined by a very special guest right now, on his own, on a stool. It's Justin from Blue October.
Thank you very much for having me in this epic place.
Yeah, man.
This is so sweet.
This is a log cabin.
This is so amazing.
Yeah. It was built here on the fourth floor,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the building that it's in
Built around
was
it.
built around it.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's what
how
settlers came in and...
That's how it's done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's amazing. It's all floating.
Yeah.
So, Justin, there's a new Blue October record coming out June 22nd. It's called I Hope You're Happy.
Yeah.
And it's the first record in a couple years. We're excited to hear two songs, I think, from that record. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
as well as one older one.
Yep.
So let's get started off with some music, man. Tell me a little bit about this first one.
This first one is a song I wrote for my wife, and it's called King. I mean, here we go. Follow your heart, follow your feet, your soul, follow your dreams wherever they go. And never slow down, and find someone to share it with, and then never let them go. Hold me close, closer than ever before. Ooh, just love me like you won't let go. With all that I know, with all that I am. Ooh, just love me like you won't let go. We light up the dark, we light up the streets with gold, and follow your dreams wherever they go. And never slow down, and find someone to share it with, and then never let them go. Hold me close, closer than ever before. Ooh, just love me like you won't let go. You're all that I know, you're all that I am. Ooh, just love me like you won't let go. And when you take away everything, just you in my arms, I feel like a king, holding you close. Oh, I love you like I won't let go. And when you strip away everything, just you in my arms, I feel like a king when I'm holding you close. Oh, I love you like I won't let go. So hold me close, you're closer than ever before. Ooh, just love me like you won't let go. You're all that I know, and with all that I am. Ooh, love me like you won't let go. Thank you. Woo.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I want to ask you about this new record that we're looking forward to coming out in June called I Hope You're Happy. The last Blue October record that came out was a couple years ago. It was called Home.
Right.
And that album sounded kind of homey, you know, like it had a really kind of like it was positive, it was uplifting. You sounded like you were in a really good place. And fast forward a couple years, and there was a first single came out from this record, called "I Hope You're Happy," and like immediately in my mind, I was like, that sounds, like that phrase can be used one of two ways. There's the sarcastic, like, fine, I hope you're happy, or
Right.
there's the actually like sincere, I do hope that you are
I
happy.
really hope you're happy, man.
And it sounds like it's definitely the latter. Like you're
Yeah.
like it's still like this is you're coming from a place of positivity. Is it sort of an extension of kind of where you were with Home with these songs?
Oh, totally. With Home, it was an album about the gratitude and the beauty of life that I had found, through so many different things, through sobriety, through just living good and respecting people, surrounding myself with positive people, working hard, the joys of life, finding out that life has color.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what Home was about. Being grateful for like the wife and the family and the friends that gave me a second chance back when I was crazy, And this album is about me actually being in such a good place in my life that I actually can be a friend to them and just shut up and listen to them and be there for them. So the whole album, there's not one song about poor little Justin
Yeah.
on this album. It's all about like my friends and the things that they're going through, and that I can actually sit about it, take it all in, really, really give them my whole heart and write a song for them, like King was for my wife. And but I Hope You're Happy just comes from a very special place where I genuinely just truly hope that they're happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's obvious when you hear the song. Like, there's no doubt, like that this is a sincere and authentic emotion.
Right.
And, so I wonder, like, these last couple records, because you've been making records for years.
Right.
I mean, going back almost 20 years at this point.
21 years, yeah.
Is it so? Like when you are writing a song, I mean, and you've been in lots of places emotionally and physically.
Yeah.
Does it alter sort of how you create? I mean, do ideas come differently? Do they come out differently? Does it sound differently to you in your head?
It's weirder now with the more clarity and the more healthy I treat myself, the more of a craft it is. The more I can educate myself on the craft, the more I want to work with other people. If you were to ask me 6 years ago before I changed my life and turned it around, do you want to write with anybody? I'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Justin writes his own material. Oh God. You know what I'm saying? And this is just like, I just want to learn more. I want to be around smart people, and I want to learn from them. So yeah, I'm in a really good place as far as the writing and producing, and when you're working on an album, just I have a studio outside of my house. In Wimberley, Texas. And like my studio is about this size, but it's not anything as cool as this studio. But I literally go outside at 8 a.m. every day, kiss my wife and my kids, say have a good day, and I stay in there till 5 p.m. And it's a craft. I work with as many people as I can, and when I hear something in my head, I can literally go in there and just put it down and work verse, chorus, pre-chorus, bridge out.
Yeah.
And it's such an amazing job that I have. And I'm just getting better at it the more I stay healthy.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
much so that it's funny because like the counterbalance to that is I think this is the first Blue October record that you have produced pretty much on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was nerve-wracking.
yeah. So all of that to say, like for all of like the collaborative aspects that you have found, you
Yeah.
kind of like went a little bit insular for this one on the production.
Right, but I still reached out to people that I'd worked with before, like Tim Palmer, Phil Tan, amazing mixer. And when I'd get mixes back, I'd be like, can you give me any advice on what I could have done better?
Yeah.
I just want to learn from these people. Because I've worked with like Steve Lillywhite, Tim Palmer, Dave Costell, like Nick Launay, all these people that I've worked with, Midnight Oil, The Cure, U2, and here's little old Justin just taking notes behind him. And then this is where, okay, you're up, do it.
Yeah.
And while my methods are completely different than the way they do, I just loved it because I could go out of the box and get the right drum sounds that I finally wanted, and and record the drums like a jazz kit instead of mic up, mic up, mic up, mic up, mic up. Just let's get the nice room sound. Let's get what we want, and let's really focus around that.
Yeah, cool, man. And the album sounds great.
Thank you.
And the first single really, like, it starts off like, it's clear right from the start. Like, I Hope You're Happy has like, I don't know, just starts off with that great kind of like forward momentum.
Thank you.
So we're gonna hear a couple more songs from Justin Furstenfeld. One new, one old. Which one is this?
Let's do the old one.
Okay.
And then this one, I mean, you'll see the difference, and as a songwriter, you'll see the difference in the content of before I changed my life and and became this grateful person than before. I love this song, but wow, how things have changed. This is called Into the Ocean. I'm just a normal boy that sank when I fell overboard. My ship would leave the country, but I'd rather swim ashore. Without a life vest, I'd be stuck again. Wish I was much more masculine. Maybe then I could have learned to swim 14 miles away. Now floating up and down, I spin colliding into sound. Whales beneath me diving down, sinking to the bottom of my everything that freaks me out. The lighthouse gleam has just gone out. I'm cold as cold can be. I wanna swim away but don't know how. Sometimes it feels like I'm falling in the ocean. And let the waves up take me down. And let this hurricane set in motion, yeah. And let the rain of what I feel right now come down. Just let the rain come down. Where is the Coast Guard? I keep looking each direction for a spotlight. Give me something, I need something for protection. Yeah, flotsam junk would do just fine. The jetsam sunk, I'm left behind, treading for my life, believe me. How can I keep up this breathing? Not knowing how to think, I scream aloud, begin to sink. My legs and arms are broken down with envy for the solid ground. And I'm reaching for the life within me. How can one man stop his ending? I thought of just your face, relaxed and floated into space. I wanna swim away but don't know how. Sometimes it feels like I'm falling in an ocean. And let the waves up take me down. And let this hurricane set in motion, yeah. And let the rain of what I feel right now come down. Let the rain come down. Waking to the sun, I calculate what I had done, like jumping from the bow, yeah, to prove that I knew how, yeah. It's midnight's late reminder of the loss of her, the one I love. My will to quickly end it all, set front row, and my need to fall to the ocean to end it all, to the ocean to end it all, to the ocean to end it all, to the ocean, end it all. Goodbye. Swim away but don't know how. Sometimes it feels like I'm falling in an ocean. And let the waves up take me down. And let this hurricane set in motion, yeah. Let the rain of what I feel right now come down. Just let the rain come down. Into space, yeah, yeah. And I thought of just your face, just your face. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Wow, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See, yeah, it's a little dark.
Yeah. Well, so, tell me, like, I mean, you're obviously, you mentioned before you played it, like, you're in a much different place than you were when you wrote that song. So as a performer, how does that, does it change how you perform these songs, how you feel when you perform the songs, how you think about the song as you're doing it?
Well, back when I first started, like, I grew up on bands like The Cure and The Smiths and Peter Gabriel, and I always thought that when they walked off stage, that's who they were too.
Yeah, yeah.
Dark and mysterious. So I always thought I had to do that. So, and I always covered it up with, lots of things, self-medicating, stuff like that. But when I realized that, man, I'm actually a nice guy and I'm kind of funny and, it's a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
I have a dark one. My wife doesn't think I'm funny, but I think I'm hilarious. I think I could put on a comedy show. But when I walk off stage, I can be that guy. So when I would write songs like that, back in the day, it would be like this whole like,
Yeah.
and then I'd walk off stage tortured.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go lay down because I put so much into it. Like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Really? This is your job. Have fun, bro. So these days, it's like I can get up there and I can just be so much more of a performer and not necessarily worry about just bawling all over the
Right.
audience.
And so you're not really like, you can keep a distance from the headspace
Yeah.
that you were in when that song was born.
You can tell a story. But then
Yeah.
there's songs, that I've written like about my children when I was in a dark spot that when I go there, man, it'll
Yeah.
get me. You know what I'm saying? It'll get me. But any of these songs about Justin and his depression, that was a time in my life that I could look out and see somebody that might be going through it, and then I can sing it to them and for them. But I'm just so grateful that people still like those songs.
Yeah.
Because it could have just been like, people only want to see you circle a drain for so long. And then they're like, dude, get up or shut up,
Yeah, well,
Thank God.
And you did. So the other thing I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
is you made you've made a couple of solo acoustic records. One just came out
Right.
last year called Open Book Winter Album. So this playing like this. I mean, I ask a ton of musicians this same question, but I'm always interested about when you are building songs, when you're creating songs for yourself for Blue October. Is this how they begin? Is it you and a guitar a lot of the time?
But some of them are. Some of them they are. But like Into the Ocean and King, I usually carry around. I'm an avid collector of old school vintage MPCs and Akais, like the old school drum machines.
Yeah.
Where you need the disc and you need to sample off of a record. So I've just now graduated into realizing that if I want to make beats on a plane, I have to go digital with it, So I got the MPC.
They stop you at security with those
Right.
things?
Well, they do. They're like, "What is this with the 16 pads on it?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"It's
right.
a beat machine, dude." So I'm very much into building sounds atmospherically that's in my head, and then building beats to it, and then I just find soundscapes and the melodies, and I work through them within. But
Yeah.
then there are songs that are straight up like you could, like I Hope You're Happy. The one I'm about to play was written on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Just because I was in that spot, in that melancholy, that nostalgic spot where you might be at a beach with your wife and you have 10 minutes alone and you hear something in your head and you just pull it out on the back porch and something comes out.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to write. There's no rules in writing anymore.
Yeah.
There's no rules whatsoever. Especially with phones these days, you can whisper anything, or if you hear a car horn and a certain thing and it inspires something, you can just go. And I've got an engineer back home. I can go, I want this in C major, so tune it up in 3 minutes and 30 seconds with a fat beat behind it on 4 on the floor and send it back to me so I can write lyrics when I go on my jog.
Yeah, right, done.
Done.
Yeah, done. Well, I mean, it sounds great in this format. I love hearing both, songs that are solo and songs that, I think we're accustomed to hearing with the full treatment kind of stripped down to this feel like they work.
Yeah, thank you.
So we got one more that we're going to do. This is the first single off the new Blue October record coming out in June, yeah?
Yeah, this is called I Hope You're Happy.
All right.
All right. There will be days when you're falling down. There will be days when you're inside out. There will be days when you fall apart. Someone else will break your heart. They're never gonna hold you back. I'm always gonna have your back. So try to remember that. I hope you're happy. I hope you're good. I hope you get what you wish for, and that you're well understood. And now I'm standing here looking at you. I'm wondering what the hell you're gonna do with those Dr. Pepper eyes and your bubblegum hair. Yeah, I'm standing right here. I remember how I held you so right. I remember that Saturday night, do you? There will be days when you're falling down. There will be days when you're inside out. There will be days when you fall apart. Someone else will break your heart. They're never gonna hold you back. I'm always gonna have your back. So try to remember that. I hope you're happy. I hope you're good. I hope you get what you wish for, and that you're well understood. And whatever your progress, hey, look, I know that you'll be fine, because I just hope you're happy, even if you're not mine. I remember when the world was ours to take. I remember you next to me. I remember you with every breath I take. You'll always have a piece of me. I remember that. Try to remember that. I remember every word that we spoke. You were right here next to me. I remember how we tried and we tried. I remember everything. So try to remember that. I hope you're happy. I just hope you're happy. Yeah. I hope you're happy. I hope you're good. I hope you get what you wish for, and that you're well understood. And whatever your progress, look, I know that you'll be fine, because I just hope you're happy, even if you're not mine. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Everybody in this room is really happy.
Oh,
right now.
I hope you are.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. I could tell
so
that you really
sorry.
meant it.
That's so clever. That's so clever. I can use that in any kind of way, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
every night, you know,
Right.
when you're
Like I'm so happy.
Are you
Like I
happy?
hope you're happy with your beard, because I'm happy with your beard.
I appreciate that.
It's
yeah.
glorious.
I was a little happier with it a couple of weeks ago.
How long was it?
It was much longer. It was a winter beard. Now it's sort of a spring beard. I don't know.
How long does it take you to grow such a luscious, gorgeous beard?
Well, you know, I mean, it's been on my face for like 10 years. I mean, yours, you know, so it doesn't take 10 years, but you
Right,
know, when was the
right.
last time you actually like put a razor on your face?
Never.
Yeah, I'm
Like
saying.
I look like a weird kid with a puffy little.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm right. You know.
What is it called? A waddle that turkeys have?
Yeah, yeah, or
Waddle? Yodel? Waddle?
yeah,
The thing that hangs?
the thing that hangs.
Not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Not gonna
yeah,
go there
yeah,
anymore.
exactly. Avowed non-shavers. We should start.
There you go.
We should start a club.
We should.
Yeah, and you know, and Brad. Well,
Brad is just glorious.
Yeah, glorious. I know. We're all aspiring to Brad.
It's perfect. This whole log cabin, and I walk in, and there's these two like awesome dudes with beards. I'm like, this, and it smells like cedar in here.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
beard
us,
oil.
That's us too.
That's you too?
That's totally. Yeah. That's. It doesn't smell like that when we're not in here.
Man.
We smell like cedar.
I mean, it's amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, your intern is surrounded by beautiful men. That's
Well,
all I
you
got to
know,
say.
That's
all I got
yeah,
to say.
you know.
Sorry.
Um,
Job's hard.
So this, of course, Justin Furstenfeld from Blue October. There's a new record coming out. It's called "I Hope You're Happy." Coming out June 22nd. We heard the title track.
Yes.
Just then. It made us all very happy. There is a show tonight here in the city at City Vineyard. More shows to come. You can find all those dates at blueoctober.com, as well
right.
as all kinds of music. And I think there's a lyric video for the first single.
There's a full video.
A full video?
Yeah.
Full video with like some I saw the video. I'm remembering animation, but it's not animation. It's
No,
just,
it's a funny story because I had to kiss this girl in it, and I told my wife, "Babe, we need to talk," before I left for LA. And I said, "There's a scene where I kissed this girl. She's a model, and I might have to kiss her for an extended period of time." And my wife said, "And your problem is?" And I was like, "Well, don't want you to be hurt.
Yeah,
you
full
know?
disclosure,
Yeah,
right?
just
That's
letting
all.
you know that I might have to go all in, you know?
Yeah, right.
And she's like, it's your job. Go act. Like, what are you doing this? And I say, why can't you be jealous? Just once. You know,
Yeah.
she just doesn't get jealous.
All right,
She's
well.
super hot, though. So my wife,
Yeah,
not the
right.
model. The model wasn't, you know, whatever.
Average.
My wife is totally hot.
Yeah, right. She should have been in the video, man.
Sorry, I got out of that one good, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally. We'll cut it off now. Dude, thank you so much for coming to
you.
Pace, playing in the cabin for us. Congrats on the new record. We're looking forward to it, and come back and play for us again anytime. All right.
Thank you. I might come by here and record some vocals. Just got to get your day rate. So we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Rock
Already
and
had
roll.
some-
Thank you.